Boris is going to make his little announcement. Tonight, supposedly. But you know what? You've got to ask yourself, how long can this go on? How long can anything go on? So, what's the death toll? 120,000, I think, something like that. Doesn't really matter, does it? Because these people, we're going to die anyway, so let's just start taking that attitude of totally uncaring, twisted, fucked up attitude. So, I'll come back to, well, how long can things go on for? How long can someone have leukemia for? Quite long, as it turns out. My father's on his last legs. Just about managed to get himself to bed. My brother's supposed to phone me to let me know. But I come from a family that they've all seemed to have got their axe to grind, and how long can that go on for? Well, I'll tell you how long it's gone on for. I'm going to lose both parents, not to COVID, but to general illnesses that they had before. General illness, I call cancer general illness now, because 1 in 2 of us are going to die from it. 1 in 1,000-ish are going to die from COVID. But this is a second parent now that I'm not going to be allowed to see. I'm pretty disturbed about that. Because you have your trials and tribulations in life. You might not see eye to eye with everyone. Sometimes we're just too alike. Too alike but so different. But he's going to die. He's going to die without anyone around him, just like my mother did. He's going to die before the announcement's made, or the results of the announcement's made. He's not going to survive. He's done so quite a few times when he's been ill like this with his leukemia. Survived sepsis. I've survived sepsis. Been shielding since last March. With leukemia you have to. I've been shielding since last March. So what hope did I ever have of sitting with him, just chatting with him, saying, don't worry about it. Whatever happened, happened. People might say, well, why didn't you do it before then? Why didn't you do it before? I've just been told by his wife that we're both very stubborn. She said he didn't really want me to know. Not as in like uncaring, not wanting to know, but he didn't want to bother me. I suppose as a father that's all you can do, isn't it? No matter whether you've been a good or bad one, I suppose you still try and protect your children. I believe it was for that reason anyway. Well, I've had a chat with her now. Probably the longest one I've ever had. This is a woman that's looked after him now for all the time that he's been ill. Leukemia takes a toll on more than just the person that's contracted it. And I imagine most people will feel exactly, or know exactly how I'm feeling right now, since they've lost their loved ones to COVID and weren't allowed to sit with them. So how long is it going to go on? Until they just say, you know, let's do what we did with Prince Philip. Allow one of their sons in with PPE on. Oh, that's all going to be announced now, isn't it? In this little afternoon statement, or this evening. Who cares? I don't care. I really don't care. Because it's not going to come into effect in time for me. I'm not going to be able to sit next to his bedside and play the guitar and sing the song he taught me when I was 7. Am I? I wasn't allowed to sit and hold my mum's hand when she died in the nursing home of multiple strokes. Not COVID, multiple strokes. These diseases that are just going on and on and on. Everyone's going to have one by the sounds of it now. When Boris tells them that they're not really going to get out until July. Imagine that. So you know what, I don't care about this little announcement. He can shove his own announcement right up his conservative, toffee-nosed bastard arse. Boris Johnson, you've taken 2 parents from me. I hope one day you get yours. But as a career politician, you had to make the difficult choices, didn't you? Wow. Tough titty. Those pineapples are certainly large and your arsehole is very small. And the devil's going to put one up it. See you in hell, Boris.